Hey guys, welcome back, hope you're all well. Right, so today's going to be some Xbox pickups. So I went out today and I was passing by CEX, so I thought I'd have a quick look, see if they've got anything in. Didn't really have a lot, to be quite honest. They only had one game which I wanted, which was Amped. I think it's 50p. I was going to pick it up and then I looked around for other games I was looking for. They don't really got anything. I mean, the original Xbox stuff was the usual stuff you see, like FIFA and all that. There was a Burnout game in there, but I think that was like £2.50 or something. And I wanted to get a couple of games, so I thought, well, I'm not going to, I'll just leave that. I'm not in a rush to play Burnout at the moment. I didn't look at the PS3 because I've got plenty to play at the moment. I've got all those ones I picked up the other week that I haven't gotten through yet. Obviously, some of them I've played already, but some I still need to go and play. I was going to look at some 360 stuff. I didn't really have anything I wanted because I'm only really looking for exclusives, so I might not even bother. I might just pick them up on eBay because they ain't that expensive, are they? But yeah, come out of CEX, I thought, well, that's knackered, that idea. Because I wanted something new to play. And then I saw this game shop that I'd never been in. Can't remember what the name of it is, but I thought, you know what, I'll give it a try. Because I wasn't sure if it was just modern stuff, because they have a lot at the front, they have a lot of Funko Pops and all that sort of stuff, and PS4 and Xbox One. I thought I'd just have a look anyway. So I went in there and looked at the back, they've got a retro section, so they've got like PS2, Xbox Wii, Wii is retro, that's weird, isn't it? Well, also got a little bit of PS1 and some like proper retro like SNES, and not a lot of SNES and Mega Drive, it's just very sparse. But they had a decent amount of Xbox games in there, so I thought, oh, I'll have a quick look. Because it was an independent shop as well, I thought, well, they ain't going to be as competitive as CEX. But as it happened, yes they are, they were still a 50p and a pound, so I was like, brilliant, I'll get stuck in. So I grabbed 8 titles, so 8 more for the collection, which is fantastic. God, I ain't seen that for a long time, collection. Well, I don't know if it actually is, it's just, you know, games I'm picking up to play. So I've got 8 more to show you today. Bit of a mixed bag. I just sort of picked out the ones that I was really interested in playing at the moment. First one, I haven't really played too much of it. I mean, I had this years ago and I've dabbled with it. And I need to give it more time because I really enjoyed this series on the PS2. And that is Unreal Championship. So, it's a really cool first-person arena shooter. Back in the day, when I had the PS2 before I had my Xbox, I had Unreal Tournament and I had Quake 3. And I love both of those. I used to play them a lot. They're absolutely fantastic games. So I thought, why not? I'll grab it on the Xbox. It's bound to look good and, you know, it'll play well. So yeah, I'll give that a shot and see how I get on with it. Next up, great first-person shooter, which I've never managed to finish. I've got quite far through it the last time I was playing it. I really like this because it's quite unique in the FPS genre, and it is 13. So this is really cool because it's cel-shaded as well. So it's got a nice different look to it. It's quite interesting. And, you know, I've played it a few times. As I say, I've never managed to finish it, but it's a really, really fun title. I do like my FPS games, and it's got a cool little, like, I think everybody, it was like a 60s kind of spy story to it, that kind of vibe. But I always loved the cel-shaded look of the game. I always thought it looked really good. And, you know, it's a really fun title to play, so why not add it to the collection? Next up is one I did, well, I was going to say I've done a gameplay for, but I think I did a gameplay for a lot of Xbox games back when I had the big collection. So the next one is Men of Valor, which is I think it's Vietnam. Is it Vietnam? Yeah, it looks like Vietnam to me. Let's have a look, does it tell you? No, it doesn't, but I think it is anyway. So yeah, I was actually watching my own gameplay a few months back, as you do. And it actually looked pretty good, so I thought, you know, I saw it for £1 today. I thought, was it £1? It was a 50p or a pound, I think it was £1. So I thought, well, I'll just pick it up and give it another shot. Because basically you just run around the field just shooting people. So, you know, you can't go wrong with those kind of games from you, can you? It take a lot of thought, you know, just pull the trigger. Right, next one is, there's 3 of these on the system, so I need to get the other 2. This one is Medal of Honor Rising Sun. So I do like the Medal of Honor games. I'll be honest, this generation, the 128-bit generation, although technically Xbox doesn't really count in that because it's a PC in a box, but whatever. The Medal of Honor games were a bit of a mixed bag. I felt like Frontline was crap. It was just boring and just laboured itself. Rising Sun has a really cool intro on the boat, brilliant, but then the game just gets really, really boring. But the multiplayer was really fun. There's good local multiplayer. Me and my mate used to play that a lot when we were drunk, because we used to have this one-shot pistol, and we used to just have bouts of one-shot pistol rounds, and it was brilliant. It was so much fun. So it's pretty cool. I mean, Rising Sun, it looks nice and it has some good ideas, but God, it's boring. But I'm going to give it another blast and see how I get on with it. because that opening sequence was brilliant. My favourite Medal of Honor for that generation was European Assault, which is much more varied and interesting. You get to fight in the snow on that one, which is really cool. I felt like that generation, the Medal of Honor games really didn't get the justice they deserved, because we're coming off the back of 2 amazing games on the PlayStation, with Medal of Honor and Medal of Honor Underground. And then this generation come around, didn't really get much on the Xbox and PS2, although PS2 has actually got Medal of Honor Vanguard, which I've only played once years ago. Don't remember much about it, and I was watching some gameplay the other day. It looks really good, and it's available on the Wii as well, which is really cool. And it's like a quid in CEX. Unfortunately, they didn't have a copy in there today, which was a shame, because I would have grabbed that had I seen it, because I want to play that. Obviously, I've looked at the back of the box. I don't believe there's any Pro Control or Classic Control, so you have to use Wiimote and Nunchuck, which is hit and miss. I mean, GoldenEye's brilliant, but they don't all play as well as that one, so we'll see. But yeah, I wouldn't mind picking that up. I've been having a look at the odd cheap Wii game, because the Wii games are now worth sod all, the console's worth bugger all. So I've been looking to see if there's anything worth getting. So I've got a few of the big hitters that I like anyway, like the Mario Galaxy and Sin and Punishment, that kind of stuff. Of course, GoldenEye, it's fantastic. I didn't know that Quantum of Solace was on the Wii as well, which was quite interesting. And it is the same game that you get on the PS3 and the 360. It's just got a more cartoony look, like a sort of close to being like 13 with its cel-shaded style, because it's on the Wii and it's underpowered. But I thought it looked actually pretty cool, and that's a cheap game, so it goes for a quid in CEX and all. So if I ever see that, I'm going to grab that, because I wouldn't mind trying that version out, because I really love the Bond games, and that Treyarch Quantum of Solace is brilliant on the PS3. So yeah, and the 360 of course. So I want to check it out on the Wii at some point. So there you go. So yeah, and then of course after that PS2 and Xbox generation, Medal of Honor was absolutely awesome, because we've got the modern ones with Airborne World War II, which was just incredible. I love Airborne. I really want to get that back. Got to get it on the 360 though, because the PS3 version is atrocious. I played the PS3 version about 2 years ago. I played through it, and my god, the frame rate. I mean, I don't get motion sickness, but the frame rate in that game is horrific. It's the worst I've ever seen a game. It's so choppy. It really hurt my eyes playing through it. Brilliant game though. And I went online and had a look at reviews from the time, and apparently both versions have got shit frame rates, but the PS3 suffered really badly compared to the 360. It's a lot smoother. And I looked at some gameplay on YouTube of the 360 version. It looks pretty decent, so I think I'm going to pick that up, because I remember the first time I ever played the game was a demo that I downloaded off the Xbox store, and then I went and bought the full game, and I absolutely love it. But I don't remember how the 360 version plays. I've only really got memories of the PS3 version, because that's the one I played the most. But yeah, love Airborne. And then of course we've got Tier 1 and Warfighter, which are 2 absolutely incredible games and seriously underrated. Right, that's a bit of a diversion, wasn't it? Right, next up is, well, it's not based on a film, but it's based on a franchise. I don't really know where the hell the idea came for this game, but I've never finished this one, so because it's not a brilliant game, but I wanted to pick it up because it was cheap, and I really, more importantly, I just want to play through it again, because again, I was going through some gameplays on my own the other night, and this was one I looked at, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to grab that if I see it, and I did today. So it is Die Hard Vendetta. So another first-person shooter. I mean, it is the Xbox. Power of the Xbox meant that a lot of good first-person shooters got made, a lot of average ones got made, but they really put the first-person shooters out on the Xbox, because it's really like the first time really we got a really powerful machine that could do like more modern style story style FPS. And starting with Halo, of course. You know, I mean, back in like the PS1 days, they did some decent first-person shooters like Medal of Honor. Dreamcast obviously had Quake 3, which didn't play very well. It was shit with the controller. PS2 had Quake 3, which was really good. Unreal Tournament, which was really good, but they're arena shooters, you know. And of course, you had the Time Splitters games, and there was a couple of others. But really, it was when the Xbox came out that you got Halo. It was a fully fleshed out story, and then they just started knocking out all kinds of stuff on the Xbox. And that one, I've got no idea why it was made or what the purpose of it was. I don't know, but I'll give it a blast, because I mean, I know it's not a great game, but it's, when they're this cheap, you can take a punt, and I know it's kind of fun to play, and I want to try and finish it most of all. Next one is an old COD, that is Call of Duty Finest Hour. So this one, I remember graphically was a bit ropey, didn't hold up particularly well last time I played it, but the game itself was actually quite decent. Again, another one I haven't finished, so I need to do that at some point. I want to get Big Red one as well. I saw that today, but I think it was like $250 or something, so I thought, I can wait, I'll get that another time. But the main reason being, it was Infinity Ward, I think, that did Big Red one. And when I had it on my original Xbox collection previously, I didn't think it was very good. I thought it was pretty dull. But I do want to give it another shot, just in case I'm wrong. For me, the best Call of Duty on the original Xbox is Call of Duty 3, weirdly enough, because Call of Duty 3 on the PS3 and Xbox 360 when it came out, I thought it was a terrible game. I thought it was really bad. But then when I played it on the original Xbox, this is going back a few years when it was 10 quid on the Xbox, now it's worth a couple of quid. It was pretty difficult to find, and I found a copy in GameStation. And I really liked it. I don't know what it is, unless it's just that they designed it to be on the Xbox generation. And they just went, oh, what the hell, we'll do a PS3 and 360 version anyway and ported it. I'm not too sure, because it feels much more at home on the older consoles than it does on the last gen consoles. But yeah, if you want to play an interesting, good Call of Duty on the Xbox, I'd recommend Call of Duty 3. I'd say Red 1's a bit boring. Finest Hour is alright, it's not great, but it's okay. So I'm going to try and grab number 3 when I see it. And then we've got a must-have game, Max Payne. So again, these original 2 Max Paynes, they're great games, but quite honestly, the nostalgia takes over, I find, because I don't feel they hold up very well at all. And especially when you play Max Payne 3, I mean, there's such a massive leap in gameplay mechanics and controls. I mean, Jesus Christ. But it's still fun, the story's really cool. I mean, the story's really well made, actually, for the time. And, you know, it's really dark and interesting, and the slow-mo, the bullet time stuff, you know, the old Matrix, that's really cool. So yeah, I do think they're really cool for nostalgia and they're a bit of fun, but God, they're clunky compared to what we got in Max Payne 3. Last one, not a very good game. I'm not really selling these, am I? The reason I got this is because I'm a big fan of the Bond games. I've already got Nightfire, Everything or Nothing, and Agent Under Fire. So there was 2 more I need to get. I saw this today, I just thought, you know what, it's 50p, I'm having that. And it is GoldenEye Reloaded. No, it's not. What am I doing? GoldenEye Rogue Agent Reloaded is on the bloody Wii. Well, no, it's on the Xbox 360 and the PS3. It's just GoldenEye on the Wii. Yeah, this is a terrible game, but I really like it. When I had my collection a few years back, I remember I sat down the one afternoon and I played through Rogue Agent, and while it looks like shit, and it's not the greatest game in the world, it's just a real fun run and gun. You can literally just run around, just shoot everyone and get through the game. And so I definitely recommend giving it a blast. I mean, compared to the other Bond games, it isn't a patch. You know, I mean, Nightfire, Everything or Nothing, and Agent Under Fire, all superior games. Even Russia with Love, which I need to get with Connery in, that's a better game. I don't know what the hell happened with GoldenEye Rogue Agent. I don't even know why they made it. I mean, obviously they're trying to come off the back of GoldenEye on the N64, I assume at the time, but yeah, if you're going to revive it, do it properly like you did on the Wii, because that was brilliant. But anyway, there you go. So 8 more games added to the collection. Haven't got a clue how many I've got there, but I've got a fair few. I should probably do a tot up actually now, but I ain't got loads. I've just got a decent amount at the moment. So I will be picking up more, obviously, as I see them whenever I'm out and about, and I happen to drop in a CEX and see some Xbox games, so there will be more pick-up videos for these. This is not a collection by any means, but I suppose it's going to become one. I'm not actively looking or collecting or anything, I'm just sort of like, if I'm passing a CEX, I'll pop in and see what they've got, because at 50p, 75p, a pound, why the hell not? You know, there's other games that cost a little bit more, but that's fine. But none of them are breaking a bloody bank, none of them go over a tenner at the moment. You know, I remember the days, as I say, like Call of Duty 3 was a tenner, and I might have actually paid that, I can't remember. I got it in GameStation, I was well chuffed because it was in really nice condition as well. But I've got a whole list of games that I want for the Xbox, because there's absolutely tons. It's really funny when you go back to that generation and you look at your preferred console, Xbox or PS2 or even GameCube, but particularly PS2 and Xbox, they release shitloads of games on them. PS2 especially, there's tons. But you know, I look at the Xbox and I'm like, bloody hell, I've forgotten how many games I like on this system, and I'm just listing them off, and I'm going, I'm literally got a list like that. I mean, it's just insane. So I mean, I really want to get Freedom Fighters when I can find it. That's what I'm looking for, because I absolutely love that game. That game, man, when that came out, blew my mind. So yeah, I'm still gutted we never got a sequel. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. As always, leave your comments down below. Look forward to reading them, and I'll see you next time.